How to read complex yogas in Vedic astrology, avoiding common misinterpretations. One of the most overlooked yet critical skills in Vedic astrology is the ability to differentiate yogas contextually rather than treating them as rigid guarantees. Ancient texts like Phaladipika often present combinations that sound absolute, but they are meant to be interpreted, not obeyed mechanically. A well-known example from Phaladipika states, if both the moon and the fourth lord are in the 6th, 8th, or 12th house and afflicted, there will be loss of the mother. However, this is only one side of the interpretive coin. This same combination can produce entirely different outcomes when nuanced conditions are applied. If the moon and the fourth lord are strong, well-placed in divisional charts, or aspected by benefics like Jupiter or Venus, the interpretation reverses. Instead of loss or suffering, the individual may develop emotional resilience, take on maternal responsibilities early, or have spiritual breakthroughs related to home and roots. The yogas don't fail. They transform, depending on contextual modifiers like strength, dignity, and planetary aspects. Modern interpretation requires astrologers to evaluate benefic or malefic drishti, and not just placement. A debilitated moon in the 8th house can indeed signify emotional fragility or separation from the mother. But what if it's aspected by Jupiter from the 2nd house? Or conjoined a strong Venus in the same sign? The outcome shifts significantly, leaning toward healing, intuitive intelligence, or even mystical insight. The mistake happens when we take yogas as predictions instead of possibilities, dependent on activation factors. This is where tools like Shad Bala, sixfold strength of planets, Avastha, states of planetary consciousness, and Navamsa placements become indispensable. A planet might appear weak in the main chart but hold Viparita Bala, hidden strength, in the Navamsa, or vice versa. Without checking these layers, astrologers risk making premature or inaccurate judgments. The surface of a yoga is just that, a surface. The inner mechanics, revealed through strength and dignity, tell the real story. It's also essential to understand whether a planet is functionally benefic or malefic for a specific lagna. Saturn, for instance, is naturally a malefic, but for Taurus and Libra ascendants, it becomes a yoga karaka. If such a Saturn aspects the afflicted moon in the 6th house, it may stabilize emotional volatility instead of causing harm. Similarly, the fourth lord might be in a dasthana, but if it forms a parivartana, mutual exchange, with the lagna lord or receives benefic support, the native might live away from home, but still receive maternal blessings. The core takeaway is that no yoga exists in a vacuum. Every planetary outcome is filtered through timing, dashas, environment, signs and houses, and influences, aspects, conjunctions, transits. Just because a yoga is mentioned in a classic text doesn't mean it will manifest in every chart with that condition. In fact, many charts contain contradictory yogas that only get sorted out through in-depth, layered interpretation. A serious Jyotishi learns to hold these contradictions as part of the process, not as errors to be fixed. Additionally, the psychological orientation of the native must be factored in. A person with the moon and fourth lord in the 12th house may not literally lose their mother, but may feel emotionally disconnected, raised by caretakers, or experience early separation due to boarding school, adoption, or relocation. The external event may not occur, but the emotional signature of the yoga still plays out. That is why modern Jyotish increasingly emphasizes inner experience over outer event when interpreting yogas. True mastery in Vedic astrology involves balancing technical rigor with intuitive interpretation. Yogas are energetic signatures, not fixed scripts. By integrating strength, timing, aspects, and house lordship analysis, you move from simplistic, fear-based readings to insightful, empowering consultations. This is how you avoid the common misinterpretations that arise from literal reading of Graha Yogas and unlock the multidimensional truth of the horoscope.